And we're on. Uh, you want to do the intro, Mr. Dev? Mr. Tim?
All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Snug Beef Dungeons Incorporated. This is our Dresden Files RPG game, Big Trouble in the Big Easy. And I will just go ahead and hand it off to Kyle to get us going.
All right. We're going to start with. Okay. So everyone should reintroduce themselves just in case. It's the third time around. Obviously, everyone who's here should know who we are, but just in case.
Oh, I don't know anybody. I don't know any of you fools.
Yeah. So
Also, we'll be doing the.
Tyler,
we'll be doing.
Who are you? Who you playing?
I am playing Romain LeBeau. I am a magic tattoo artist. I draw tattoos for a living and do some magic on the side. Turns out I'm doing a little bit more magic these days after meeting these fools.
Okay. And Colin?
My name is Austin Cash. I am a gunslinging, it turns out, a vampire. And I'm a PI who's trying to investigate his parents' death.
Which will be coming up. We'll deal with Tim's character. He just had a character swap after winning the game, obviously. That is how we're going to characterize that, because it's the only way to say it. Sorry, everybody, I'm adjusting myself.
Right.
Okay, sitting down politely. Okay, so we are going to start the game off with Austin and Romain planning for their big trip to Georgia so they can go investigate this house that Austin used to live in. They are in Gwen's tattoo shop.
So real quick,
kind of getting ready to go out the door.
Let's do a recap of what happened last session, in case anybody missed it. Last session, Romain and Austin did a little bit of ghost hunting. They got hired to exercise a house. Romain earned the title "the Good Necromancer" in the local newspapers. Austin,
really a level up on his own.
For anyone
that
doesn't know.
police database.
Oh yeah,
can't forget that.
As a police database too. I mean, that's the most important one. You are registered there with that.
Details.
But, yes, the town also does too, as the Good Necromancer.
Also, real quick, how long has it been since this happened?
I would say it's been a couple weeks. So it's to the point where if you do go out, there's a good chance at least one or two people recognizes you as the Good Necromancer.
Okay.
It has a whole thing about it.
Right. As far as my consequences are concerned, do they drop one?
So you got a severe social one, from what I remember, right?
Yeah, I've got a mild physical, a moderate mental, and a severe social.
Okay. Well, it's been like a week. So yeah, the arrested part's gone down, so you're gonna move down to a moderate, and that one's gonna be the Good Necromancer.
Okay.
Your nickname as it's less of social damage, it's just fame. You're kind of gonna get known as this for a little while. And maybe it'll die down, and maybe we'll do something else that'll make it stick a little harder.
Who knows?
Right. Does my mental drop down to mild?
Yes.
Okay. And then the mild goes away.
Yes. Colin, did you have any consequences after the last fight?
No, I did not.
You're right, yeah, because this was all Romain going super hard on the site, which is not a safe move all the time. Okay.
We didn't spend much time fighting, really. It was mostly, he lost a lot of it on exactly the site.
Yeah, and I also, there was a couple of social rules that didn't go exactly in my favor.
Yep.
Also true.
I'm downgrading the mental from mind fog to confused, to slightly confused.
Yeah, I think so. Slightly confused.
Dazed and confused, one might say.
It's more well, yeah, that could be.
You know
mild.
what? Since we're putting it that way.
Dazed and confused. That's good. So yeah, we are getting. You guys have been ready to get for this little road trip to Atlanta, Georgia, because you guys are trying to go to this old house that Austin used to live in, where he's trying to find what book, Colin?
Let's look, see where I know this stuff. I don't have a book written down for this.
Oh, well, it's easy. It's a diary. A journal
Is it
kept by your
diary I'm
father?
looking for?
It's the journal kept by your father.
Okay.
Right. You were given a vision by all the ghosts in the house where you met Gregor. Yeah, you met all of those ghosts and they gave you a vision of this book. And like the very first entry is supposed to be relevant to you in some kind of way.
Okay.
Or your backstory.
All right.
Okay. So you guys are sitting. We're going to start off with just Gwen and Romain in Magic Inc. Austin will show up second. And then we'll cue whatever else happens. So we're going to get started here with Gwen and Austin. You're coming to work.
And in Austin?
Gwen, sorry, not Gwen and Austin. No,
Okay.
that would never happen. Not on purpose.
Sound like a
Gwen and Romain.
Gwen and Romain. I apologize.
All right. What time of day is it?
You're just getting ready to leave kind of a midday shift. So you went noon to 4-ish.
Okay. All right. Romain is finishing up on a sleeve that so someone has come in for.
Gwen has been like not speaking to you. Like, of course, business interactions stuff has to go on and everything like that. But she also has really pointed things to say. Just kind of about everything. Like, you're not careful. You don't watch what you're doing. You got to think before you act. Just weird little tidbits of information she's been
with
given.
great power comes great responsibility.
Just something to think about. All day
Gwen.
for like the last 2 weeks.
Gwen, these things might not be the best thing to say while I'm working on somebody. They might take them out of context. Don't worry, no regrets. I say to the guy in the chair.
Did that movie come out yet?
Wait, they're making a movie out of that?
No regrets is like a tattoo from a movie. What is it like? It's kind of like a Vacation spinoff. Has Jennifer Aniston. Does anyone know that movie?
No.
No.
Oh. Anyway, the daughter meets a guy. He has a tattoo that says "No regrets" on
There
the
you go.
just right across.
No regrets. It probably wasn't by now, so this would be an entirely original tattoo at this point in time. I mean, I don't know. Like, she flips you the bird and moves on with her day. Like, she doesn't actually care about your opinion. How dare you?
Who cares what a necromancer thinks?
It's exactly. Who cares what it? I mean, she knows. She knows you're not a necromancer. You got cleared by the White Council. She's just really pissed that you got caught doing a bunch of magic everywhere, and everyone thinks you're a necromancer now.
No one actually caught me doing magic. I just claimed to
got you
exercise
doing
it. I just claimed to exercise a ghost, and the guy. I'm assuming the guy. What's his name? Frank Allen. I'm assuming he now has a better life because he's no longer being haunted by a ghost from the 1800s or whatever it was.
No, it's not that you got caught. It's that you told everybody. You get how that's worse, right? Like, you get how that's worse. Like, someone did explain the rules to you, right? You're not supposed to just tell everybody you're doing magic. That's what got that guy in Chicago killed.
Well, I didn't tell anybody that. I'm assuming that the guy came forward and they asked why he hired me.
Look, and then you sit there and ask...
I tried to sweep it under the rug, and he probably came forward and was like, yeah, I hired him to exercise. Yeah,
but first you do this, and then you take a week off so you can go to Georgia, of all places, to try to find some information. People are going to start to get a reputation for you, and you do not want that. You are not looking to be the vigilante here. Like, it's not a good job.
Excuse me, George is quite a nice place, actually.
Boom. Entrance of Austin. Actually, the perfect place to enter. She like pointedly ignores him speaking in general.
Listen, I'm not trying to be a vigilante. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time most of the time.
Yep, that's the truth.
Yeah, that's the truth. All right. She's ready to go. Like she starts
And
she's ready
listen,
to like close the door and go to her room.
We've been given the ability to change things. Not a lot of people have this ability. Why not use it for the better?
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yes. Who said that? Was that Peter Binkley? No.
It's from a comic book series, but yeah.
Yes.
Would the movie have been made? When did that movie get made?
I think the first one
year
came out in
2000.
2001.
Yeah, so we would not have it yet. Anyone who wasn't really big into comics would basically just be looking at you with a dumb look on your face. Like, who is this child quoting comic books at me?
I don't even know what I'm quoting. There's like, what? That's a neat phrase.
Yeah, just random wisdom. You know what? No, we're gonna go the other way around. We're going the other way around. She just gives you a weird look like, did he get wiser after his time spent with the spider? That's what he's learning. I don't like this at all.
Someone bumps into you as they're walking by on the street. You turn around and see Stan Lee.
Yeah.
We gotta have the cameo in there somehow.
Yep.
So the person is finally getting their tattoos finished up. You guys have been having a small conversation. She keeps on not wanting to talk to Austin because he's just gotten himself in dumb trouble, and she's not want to play with that at all. We finished out the last guy. She's ready to close the door when a kid sticks his boot through the door and will not let it close. And this is what we're going to enter in our third character.
The door to her office?
The door to the tattoo shop. She's ready to close the doors.
Okay, gotcha.
But I mean, it's still 3:59, and it does say it'll be open until 4:00 today. So we'll enter in here.
Whoa! It's not 4:00 yet, is it?
Yeah, it's like 3:59.
5,
I'm ready to close the
4,
door.
3,
Excellent.
2.
Well, I was hoping to talk to you.
Pointing. Who are you pointing?
Yeah.
Her? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk about a tattoo? We open tomorrow at noon.
No. Something a little more esoteric.
Esoteric. Okay. Come in. Nothing begin but you waiting out in the street. She opens the door and lets you come on in. You guys see. Go ahead and describe your character.
All right. A man in his early 20s. He's got dark clothes, kind of tattered jeans, and a jacket over a tank top. His hair is kind of ruffled and kind of actually like Kyle's. A little more spike, a little less fluff.
Someone actually paid to do it on purpose. That's
yeah. The little like spiked half gloves.
All right. This obviously dangerous individual comes walking in and
Very
stops
edgelord.
Conversation. All right. You guys may have to just mind yourself for a minute. I got to have an esoteric conversation. She pulls you into the back room.
Yeah.
Real quick. Okay. What is it? Is it information? Like, who are you looking for?
I think they've been calling themselves they've been called the Firebugs recently. They disappeared about a year ago. Some mates of mine.
Yeah, the disciples of the sons of Muspel. It's a lot of ofs. I don't know how that makes it work in a sentence.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Well, we had a issue with them a while back, and let's see. Wait a minute. All right. Yeah, I have information on them. What do you need for it?
What do I need for it? Just the information.
Crap. I know I said that backwards. I gotta start coming to work drunk. Crap. I already said it. Okay, yeah, the information you need is with the two people sitting right outside. I'm not gonna be swindled by you. You go help them out, and they'll tell you your information. She kicks you out of her office door and locks it. I cannot believe I got freaking tricked. Anyone with a really fine perception check could hear her opening the drawer where she keeps an open bottle of alcohol of some kind.
I gotta stay coming to work drunk. Oh well,
I got it.
in for a
Well,
penny.
screw it. It's already 4 o'clock. I'm not coming to work drunk. She lives upstairs.
I'm leaving work drunk.
That's the
That
plan.
one's much better.
She stopped coming to work drunk. She's now getting drunk at work.
See, that's you gotta think ahead. Okay, well, whimsical indiscretion down. And one short conversation. You guys are basically ready to walk out the door to go on your road trip.
Right. So I'm thinking, I'll cover food if you cover gas. I can drive, I guess.
Hey
Then-
guys! I'm just gonna walk up and do the arms around thing. I
are you?
hear. Oh, me. I'm Dev. Call me Dev. But I hear.
Sorry, Dev who?
Just Dev's good. Just Dev.
Just Dev? All right. I mean,
Just
kind of cool. I like that.
But yeah, I hear you might know some friends of mine. Might know where I can find them. You guys know the firebugs?
We've dealt with them.
Yeah.
Excellent. Where are they?
Aren't they dead? Didn't we
They're
handle
what now?
this situation?
No, we didn't kill them. We just killed their god.
God.
Did we kill their god? I'm so I mean, that whole thing with Victor was
Or I
a
guess
whole
they're,
myth.
they're god's proxy. I don't know. Person
An
just,
alert.
pretending to
An
be
alert
their
goes
god.
off on Austin's phone. If you guys don't leave now, you will miss the bus.
All right, we got to get
Listen,
going.
we got to get going.
Look, if
Great,
you want to
I'll
ask
come
us
with ya.
questions, yeah, I was about to say,
if
if you want to ask questions,
the
just
info,
follow us.
You're gonna have to buy a bus ticket.
Not a problem.
Bus
All right,
ticket.
well,
Okay.
Come on,
You
Dev.
guys-
Where are we going?
Georgia.
Is it
Going, guys.
Atlanta or just Georgia in general?
Well, it's kind of the north of Atlanta, just a bit, maybe about 30 minutes outside of Atlanta.
He's in a different state. He's not gonna tell people it's actually I don't know. Where are we at? Where are we gonna be at, Colin?
It's pretty much Atlanta.
It's
that's
pretty
what I
much
tell
Atlanta.
everyone
Yeah,
outside
there
of the
you go.
state anyway. It's Atlanta. We're going to Atlanta.
Let me give you a precise address.
Yeah, no. This is vaguely north of Atlanta, somewhere in the suburbs, kinda, sorta.
Maybe the Marietta, Kennesaw area.
Just so we don't have to pretend anything. So you guys are heading out
I've
towards.
needed to get out that way. Brad's dad lives out there. You know Brad, one of those firebugs that you didn't kill?
No, we didn't
no,
really
I
get on
don't.
a first name basis.
Yeah, we
Well.
just killed a giant and left, pretty much. That was kind of the whole dang situation.
I mean, we did a little bit more than that, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, but as far as
it was
as far
very
as that goes,
covert until it was very not.
yeah, that's a really good way to describe it.
As the three of you walk down the street towards the bus stop that is pretty close by, you basically almost just barely miss the bus. Oh, wait,
Classic.
almost barely don't miss the bus. You're on the bus.
We just
But they
barely
would've
make the
taken
bus.
There we go. You guys are almost going to miss the bus, and you make it just in time. You get on, and you guys are on the way to Atlanta, Georgia. Dev seems to kind of have some kind of thing to say about the firebugs and the fact that you guys barely think or care about them at all, and you're kind of the reason they're gone and disappeared.
Listen,
But
why are you
That's
so
fair.
Why are you so on about the firebugs, Dev?
It's a
What-
good
Sometimes
question.
there's gonna be a 4-hour bus ride, so this is gonna take up our whole game. No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Kyle's like,
like,
I'm gonna
and
take
the
a nap.
timer
Good luck.
starts now. Hey, actually, let me do just a quick little Google Maps, find out our accurate timing.
There we
And-
go. And then we're just gonna set a timer, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna start next game.
Yep.
next week.
I was like, I'm gonna go take a nap. You guys have fun with your role play.
Anyone ever played Desert Bus?
Desert Bus, my favorite gaming system. Anyway, so we go through the entire trip through Atlanta because we were going to go ahead and montage this one.
Should we have a little bit of a conversation? I
We
feel
should
like
have a little bit of a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
Specifically, I want to know why you're so on about these bugs, these bug boys.
Well, you see, they were my friends.
They're your
Human beings.
They're your friends.
Yes, my
Huh.
mates, companions, compatriots.
You know your friends were into some shady shit, right?
Well, no fuck.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure you were aware of that.
It wasn't that bad until that goddamn fire giant thing. They decided to fall in with that, and
Well, you don't have to worry about him anymore.
He's definitely dead. I tried to kill as little of the real ones as possible, to be fair.
We
you
didn't kill any people.
killed. That's not what it sounds like he said.
All right, so because we very much glazed over this particular part of that story, did we kill any actual people?
No, you didn't
Okay.
kill any actual people.
What were killed?
I
then?
would have. That would have been the whole game next. Like this would have been it. Like we would just been talking about you running from the law.
Yeah.
Like that would have been the whole game.
That's
I'm
what
pretty sure I just
figured,
webbed up a
but-
bunch of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like we just Spider-Man them, and then after about 2 hours, the web dissipates, and they were on their merry way to go disappear off into the wind.
Yeah, we tried to kill as little of them as possible, but I mean, they were into some shady shit.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're not people.
Well, yeah, but when you're people trying to end the world, things happen.
Things happen. You gonna tell that to Brad's dad?
Well, I don't plan on meeting Brad's dad. You can tell it to Brad's dad, though. You can quote me.
Hold on. We didn't kill any people, so we have nothing to do with Brad's disappearance.
I was trying to make us look cooler. Dang it, Romain.
Yeah, but by doing that, you were admitting to murder.
Yeah, to
What
a
did you-
random guy. He's
didn't
not a
do?
cop. This is not a cop. I've met lots of cops. They don't dress like that, or look like that, or talk like that. Definitely don't hang out with the firebugs.
Have you never heard of an undercover operation?
I mean, I have, but I just don't imagine this is one of them.
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Well, they've not got me yet. I'm pretty perceptive.
That is how they got you. All right, well, good job, team. All right, so we finally make it to Atlanta. This has been a long, awkward bus conversation with the three of you because you kind of basically sort of like you guys are the bad guys to Dev, and it's been really kind of obvious the whole time. And maybe this is some kind of negativity towards the whole being a famous necromancer in New Orleans bit. But now we're in Atlanta, so it's a totally different thing. Everything's different. This is back in 2000, so we were well after the Hotlanta phase, but we were still kind of reveling in the fact that we had hosted the Olympics, so everyone was super excited about that. So everything was still super neat and shiny and starting to degrade. So that's where we are in Georgia history. First things first, for all the Georgians out there, I just want everyone to really understand the time period we're in. Now, Austin, we're going to try to go to, originally, the idea is to go right to the house, but the property is now owned by someone else. And, I mean, quite obviously, all that stuff's probably gone.
That is a bit of a bummer. So we got to track down the stuff that used to be in this house. Maybe I'll just go ask them what they did with the stuff before they sold it. But I would have to find out who sold the house. Who would sell the house? It was owned by
realtor.
my father.
Well, I mean the estate would appoint either there's be an executor in one of your parents' wills, or they'd be appointed by the probate court. Don't you know that? Like You say you're a bounty hunter and you don't know how law works?
I'm certain that Austin might know that. Colin, on the
Oh,
other
no,
hand,
that
has
was in
no
character.
idea.
No, we're gonna keep that one in
I
character.
think we've kind of covered though that Austin is a little bit loose with the law, as his admittance to murder might have.
You can admit murder. Okay, have you ever listened to rap? Do you know how many people say I killed the guy on a rap album and they're still walking? It's because you still have to prove things. There's no proof. Calm down.
All
You
right.
want the proof? You can't handle the proof.
There it is.
Anyway, let's go with anyone want to make me a scholarship check?
Oh,
To-
you would send me that
one.
one right after I lowered it, but I'll take that. I'll take that roll.
Yeah, let's do some scholarship checks. We're gonna do a little bit of research.
I got a 1.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a 1.
You know what? I'm gonna peg. I know things too, to just give it a
Okay.
+2, make it a 3.
All right. How many fate points do you have right now?
That puts me down to 2.
2. Oh, wow. Okay. You're running with a few extra points these weeks. Austin got nothing. No big remember there.
Yep,
You
at
want to give it a
0.
try, Dev?
Oh, no. It's not my
No?
problem if this dude can find a shit or not.
There we go. Okay. So with a 1, something in the back of your mind thinks there's
A 3.
probably
I got a
public.
3.
Oh, a 3.
Because
With
remember,
a 3.
I pinned, so.
Yes. With a 3, something in the back of your head goes, oh, wait, right. There would be a record of any kind of probate matter. So you can just go in there and kind of search via last name, and it'll give you the case number and everything. You can figure out who owned what, when, and who it would have been sold to. With a little bit of research at the probate office. Unfortunately, you kind of also don't think they're going to hand out information. Because it was a publicly owned record, I think. Or is it? It might not be. No, it's going to cost you money, I guess, probably. I forget everything about the courts.
I got
Either
no
way, you're going to
idea.
have to go there. You're going to have to go there and talk to them to get the records.
All right, Austin. So, I think we can figure out what exactly happened. We got to go to the court. Might have to make some sort of appeal or something. I don't know. Not exactly sure how it works. Never been to court, but
Well, I am his son. I imagine I can get some information. Like maybe I'm supposed to get some information. I feel like that has to have some pull in a court. No, with that information on my own father. No, anyone?
I don't know. Like I said, never dealt with the courts. I can imagine you're right. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it wouldn't
Seems about
hurt to
right.
try it.
All right, let's go then.
Here's the question: Do you know
Okay.
where the local courtroom is? Because I sure as hell don't. This is not my area no more.
Well,
This is remember, this is a time before anyone had like reliable cell phone GPS. So
are we in Atlanta right now?
yeah, I
Uh,
don't know where they dropped you off, but you're there.
excuse me for just one moment. Excuse me. Just anyone on the street?
Just flagging down a random passerby in the middle of it, in the middle of Atlanta.
So you get mostly people just straight up ignoring you. Some people give you a dirty look, and I mean, you can get the attention of like another taxi if you want.
That'll do.
One, there we go. One slows on down. What do you want?
I need to go to the courthouse.
Which courthouse?
I don't know, the closest courthouse.
What? Criminal probate.
Probate.
There we go. Okay, cool. Got it. Get on in.
All right, come on in.
No, scooch on over. Scooch on over.
Dev's just gonna keep on joining in. You guys have not answered enough questions.
Are you just gonna follow us around the entire city?
Yes.
Of course you are.
There we
Well,
go.
At least Sean didn't follow us. That would hurt.
Yeah,
All right.
we
Quick
attract too
drag.
much attention. That guy's
From
pretty
the
awesome.
trunk you hear. Oh, by the way.
Hey. Okay. A quick drive to I think it's the municipal court that handles this in Fulton County. I don't remember. You get yourself all the
No
way
clue.
down to the basement where they operate out of. It is separated into a marriage court, a place where you can sign up to get little hunting, fishing, and gun licenses, and then all of probate court, which is another desk along the other way. You may think those would be things, like those wouldn't require all the equal space, and maybe those things should have more space because a lot more of those things happen more often. But no, all of those three things require just as much space in a Georgia municipal court office. Let's move forward.
Is there like a queue line to like talk to a person?
Yes.
Like what are we?
Yeah, I mean, very obviously. I mean, you're going to be waiting here for a very long time. But since it's a game, we're going to skip all the waiting parts because that's kind of super boring. You guys get up to the ticket. It took you guys like 2 hours, and with no cell phones. There was like a couple of magazines, but they're like way out of date. I can't come with a dated reference for an already dated game. So you just guys come up with your own fun references of what these things are talking about. But it had like mid 90s is the references
Definitely
we're
talking
looking
about
for.
Britney Spears, 100%.
Britney Spears, 100%. This is pre-Britney, shave your head Britney. This would have been like prime time Britney, like back when everyone cared about her and was really nice to her, before everyone was really mean. So we said it again, maybe this is that time period.
I think that's
so.
about
Yeah,
right.
information we already knew, and I didn't have to go over, but I did. So we got. You finally get to the front desk, and you are met with a very, very, very bored-looking young man.
Hey, my name's Austin Cash. I'm looking for information on my father. I have this written down probably somewhere at some point. It's been a long time since we talked about this. It's not there.
Is your father Johnny? Jonathan?
It was not Johnny Cash, but I don't remember it off the top of my head because it's been a long time. But I know I have it somewhere. Kyle, do you happen to remember that by any chance?
I do not remember that part of your backstory.
Son of a bitch!
It's like-
I have to find it. Hold on.
It's the entirety of his backstory, and I still don't have it.
Alright,
And honestly, if you
For right now, let's just insert random name number 12.
okay,
Devin Cash.
Devin Cash. What is the year death? Go ahead and supply the right answer because I don't trust you to do this one either.
Yep. Hell if I know.
There we go. She gives you a few records. You have access to the autopsy records for $50. You have access to his death record, which is different than his autopsy report for some reason, for another $25. You can get a copy of all of his assets for this court case he had going on a little bit before his death for another $25. You can get a copy of his. Hold on, let's see. I can't remember if there's anything else useful you can actually get there. A lot of high prices for things.
Clifford, by the way, was his name.
Clifford? This is way worse than Devin.
Clifford the Big Red Cash.
Clifford the Big Red Cash. Oh my god. I'm actually going to call him Big Red when we finally go over his character, because he would have had red hair.
That's fitting.
Obviously.
Yes, he definitely had red hair.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been called Big Red, except his name was Clifford. So we're just going to leave that in there.
It's Clifford, and where the hell is the mom's name so I can give you that at the same time so I can write them both down as well.
Because we've also forgotten that as well.
June. Clifford and June.
June. Okay. June Cash. Man. All right. So you have the option to buy all of these cool records if you want to. These would be the court reports and any other final documents. You have access to this because you're his son. You don't have any information on the house, though.
Would any of that information be in the information that I'm wanting to buy? Like,
no, it would not. He had the only place that address is listed inside of these documents is as a last known address, but he was a renter, not an owner.
How would I find out who rents out a place?
Well, you are at the courthouse.
Right.
If only there was someone with a lot more knowledge and capacity to understand these things. So I guess we're going to have to roll into the scholarship check and see who knows what these facts are. Are you done talking to the bureaucrat? Because if you aren't, you're gonna have to get back in line at some point in time.
It's a real good question if I'm done talking to this guy. How much is it for all this information here? Just out of curiosity.
You probably get the whole packet for 250. You're going to roll a research check to get past that one, Colin. Because you did not tell me that you had a bunch of cash on you today.
Well, I've been doing PI jobs, so I mean, I feel like I would have some cash, but what would that
With
take?
the roll
For
score.
what kind of roll?
It's a resource roll.
Resource.
Skill
I
in the
think I
game.
added some of that.
It shouldn't be too high. I'm only looking for like a DC 1. So if you just hit me positive at all, you should be set.
All right, let's see if we can do that real quick. Dice. Paste. Nope.
Rough. You're broke. Sorry, dude. You don't have the money for it.
Well, I guess I'm done talking to you then. Thank you, whoever you were. Never gave me a name. Have a good one.
If you get this crap, can we get out of here?
I mean,
I'm just gonna drop 250
Oh,
and turn around and walk out.
well, quite a bit helpful.
The folder's put in your hands. I'm assuming this is a roll you really couldn't have failed. Not really.
I could with a very poor.
We'll skip the roll then. I don't assume you're going to do that. I don't assume you're going to do that poorly.
Yeah.
And honestly, you can kind of declare at 2 below your skill when it comes down to that kind of stuff.
Which
just
it
saying.
is. So.
Yeah. So easily was able to pass this resource check, hands them the money, and you get a nice big old packet of information telling you a whole bunch of stuff about your father. Stuff that was legal.
All right. Well, let's see if this is helpful at some point. I'll hold on to it. So now we need to figure out who rented this address to my father. Anyone that is an actual PI or knows how to investigate things would probably tell me.
Well, there's a sign that says property room or property records room over there. I'm thinking that might be where you want to go, mate.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan.
All right. As we wind through further into the realms of bureaucracy, you guys wait even longer in this. No, I'm joking. Property rooms are actually pretty small. Very few property owners have things to say, multiple at a time. So the line goes pretty quickly. You wait about 10 minutes before you get to the front. You see a completely different type of person than the first guy, but also very bored. Also not interested in giving you any slack.
So I'm looking to see who rents out the property at address
XYZ.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Any reason you need to know it?
Well,
He's typing as he goes. He's just giving you guys the kind of a questionable glance.
I mean, I didn't know that you want to know who rents it out. I think you want to know who owns it.
Well, that would. I guess I'm assuming that's the same person, whoever rents out the property to someone, not who's currently renting it, who rents it out.
Yeah,
like,
that was
rents out the property
question.
to
If
someone.
you know the owners, it's public information. You can get that no problem. Let's go ahead. It's currently run by a property management company, Rose Gold Property Management. And the owner listed here is a John Smith. You never tell if those are like real names or if they're just fake names, but that's what you got. Rose Gold and John Smith. That'll be $55.
Is my -1 enough for $55?
It is not, but you really only need a 0. But you still didn't get that. So
oh no.
Baroque.
Probably should have told me that on the first hand. I actually don't.
I'll go ahead and cover
Dinner's
it
on
for
you.
Multiple people trying to hand you money. They go ahead and take half of each. I'll be like equally, even though you did hand them 55 apiece, which means they would have had to make change, but they didn't. Just bureaucratic magic. Gave you guys back half your money. So we're gonna go ahead and get you guys over to Rose Gold Property Management. Even more things go along here. this is a corporation, not a bureaucratic government institution, so they're going to be a little bit more tight-lipped. Just letting you guys know as you go in. These are things you would obviously know as a PI, Colin. Like, of course, you know that private corporations are just going to keep things real tight, so you're good.
Right. Is there like a front desk lady? What am I looking at here?
Of course, there's a front desk lady. She says, "Welcome to Rose Gold Property Management. How can I help you?"
Hey, my father a while ago rented out a property from you guys, and I think he might have left some stuff there. Is there anything that you guys do with the leftover things that are left in a property that you manage?
We usually put it up for an estate sale to try to get back whatever we've lost with lost rent.
It's usually like more personal artifacts, not like furniture or anything like that. It's like family pictures, that nature of thing.
Look, we'll be pretty frank. We don't care if it's a personal artifact or not. We would sell it in an estate sale if it could receive any money to try to get back our losses from unpaid rent.
I get what you're saying, but I can't imagine someone would have bought these things. Would have been a weird purchase. Like whatever's not okay, so you have the estate sale, things sell, you try to make some money back. Everything that's left over, where does that go? Out of curiosity.
It's usually donations to different organizations. Sometimes the Goodwill, sometimes it goes to the police auction. You never know what they want. I don't know.
All right. Well, do you know of and this, I don't know if this is his real name or not, but a John Smith or someone that uses the name John Smith?
Who exactly is asking?
Austin Cash.
Austin Cash. Let me see if I can connect you to Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
She goes onto her phone, and she speaks in a very whispered tone. Empathy checks for anybody?
Sure.
Let's see what I got on that. Empathy.
I got a +2.
+2. We take those.
There we go. Let's see. Good rolls. Good rolls.
We take
That's
those?
a negative for me.
That's a
This is
0
bad.
for me.
This is rough. This has been a bad time.
Oh, goodness. What's with the
Oh.
dice roller tonight?
You guys are very sure you're about to get a lot of help from John Smith. As two men approach you guys a couple minutes later, as she's still on the phone with John Smith, obviously she told you she was just waiting to get him on the line real quick, and hopefully they get you like a cup of coffee or something else to really help you out. Did you guys get any coffee, any orders like that, anything?
No.
Austin, any coffee?
Yeah.
No,
We're
I'm all
gonna
right.
have some coffee.
Romain will have some coffee. Deb, anything for you? Two men approach you guys a little later, one of them carrying a small cup of coffee, and ask you to come with them. Neither of them introduce themselves as John Smith, though. And both of them are in the linebacker variety of human being, easily capable of picking any of you up and throwing you out the room. Like, overhand.
Yeah.
See, I heard throwing at the rim. I'm like, no, that's basketball. That's not a linebacker.
I mixed them at throwing out the room. Sorry, everybody.
Well, I'm going to follow him. You guys, feel free to do what you will.
Although I did have an astounding mental image of just this really big person picking up Romain, like crumbling her into a ball and just...
Space Jam.
Hey, that movie would have come out.
That movie was out by then. This would have been a topical reference at the time. Romain, you are offered your cup of coffee. You're welcome to grab it if you'd like.
Yes.
And you guys go on ahead and go into it is a small little, it's not exactly an office room, but it's not exactly a conference room. No one works here individually, but it's meant for each and every person owning a property or, actually owning a property, but it's not actually like a real business, or the guys who own like a bunch of property. They want you to all feel like you're all super big CEO corporates. So they put a little teeny tiny conference table in there with like 8 of those like big leather chairs. It doesn't like really fit in the room it's in, but then there's like 5 of them, so they can handle like 5 or 6 of these interactions at a time. And it's literally all for show because, I mean, honestly, you will not meet more insecure people than anyone who's trying to run that as a business. And I'm sorry for everyone who thinks that that's another way around. I'm so sorry. Moving on. No, I've been to these places. They're real. They really do operate like this. But that's in
They do.
2020. So maybe it's a different thing back in 2000. Maybe it was more dignified. Anyway,
We
this is
better
the
start
place
selling
you're
some
in
knives.
at Rose Gold. You guys are at Rose Gold Property Management, and you guys are in the room. They have dropped you off here with no other information. There's
Is there
nothing
anyone
but
here?
not yet.
Okay.
They gave you no information except for John Smith is due to come in any minute now.
Is there cream and sugar anywhere?
There is. There are 2 creams and 3 sugars at the desk right where you sat down.
Would I happen to have a paper or pencil? Actually, no. I know someone who definitely has paper and pencil.
No, hold on. There is paper and pencil literally on the desk in front of you. I was going to mention that when you guys walked in, there was a single sheet of paper and a pen.
On the paper, I'm just going to write. So looks like this might go sideways. If it does, I will say Jenga, and shit's going to go crazy. And then I'm just going to crumple up the piece of paper and put it in my pocket. Saying nothing.
Okay.
I just wrote all that down. Crumpled up.
Romain
Got it.
proceeds to cream and sugar his coffee.
Okay.
I'm just enjoying myself. This is, at the very least, I'm getting an entertaining weekend out of this.
That's true.
Yeah. Fair.
Okay. In walks a man in an impeccable suit. This is obviously just way too expensive of a suit for anyone who has made their money legitimately to own. We're having a nice fun time against Atlanta executives today for no good reason. I apologize for every Atlanta executive who's paying attention today.
Who's currently watching?
Yeah,
I'm
all
sure
Atlanta
we've
executives
got a
currently
whole
watching.
bunch of executives in chat right now.
This is why I'm pretty sure I'm able to get away with it because they don't speak up. Anyway, so yeah, he's in a very nice suit. He is looking pretty, very animated, very magnanimous for a man who has like 2 layers of security before you ever got a hold of him. He walks in and he introduces himself and then calls you all by name. First and last.
Introduces himself as what again?
John Smith, of course.
Okay, just checking.
I never gave my name. How do you know me?
We know everybody. Romain LeBeau, the good necromancer of New Orleans.
That is fair. There was that news story on me that one time.
You are basically famous.
Sorry, he says first and last of all of us. Does that mean that we know Dev's full name now?
Unless you don't have one, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep, we do. Okay, so Dev's full name?
August Devereaux Gentry III.
August Devereaux Gentry III.
Devereaux Gentry the Third. What a name.
And of course, we know August. How's
Austin.
your father been? No, not you.
August. Oh,
August. How's your
that's
father
going to get
been?
confusing.
It'll only come up a few times.
Yeah, there's a reason I go by Dev. Yeah, he's still a right old bastard like always. You know him?
Not many
Well, you
people
know
don't.
everyone, so.
That's me. That's my job. And now, you, Austin Cash.
That's me.
It should have been the hint that I didn't actually say your name when I was trying to talk to him, but
People make mistakes. Nobody's perfect.
that is true. Indeed.
Yep.
I hear you need information.
Sure do.
Okay, well, I'm the property manager for the property you would like to look into.
Yeah, that's what I had heard. So, my father rented out from you way back in blankety blank blank, and because I don't know the date, but I imagine that I would. Austin would know the date. Colin doesn't. And in that,
We've really
time
got to come up
period-
with a better shorthand for that one. For when the character knows, but we wouldn't remember.
Yep. Anyway, and he left some personal possessions on the property. I was wondering if I could get a hold of those, or you know how I could get a hold of those?
The property of, the pieces of property inside of that estate, I believe, were sold in a state, and then probate kicked in, and no one could get a hold of you.
Seems about right.
Yes. And then I believe it went down the chain of succession in Georgia, which eventually led it to the state. Many personal effects would have been destroyed at that point. So sorry we couldn't help you. Empathy rolls for everybody. Deceit checks if you are the kind of guy who knows how to lie.
That's gonna be empathy for me.
My empathy is better unless the deceit has a lower DC. So.
Go ahead and oh, wow.
These rolls are not.
Ho! There we go. Even though everyone rolled terribly, we all rolled terribly. Deb, you catch on. This is a lie.
I do not. I do not.
Yeah,
I rolled
everyone
a
else does
negative
not
one.
catch on.
Got a 0.
Austin, you kind of get the idea that, wait a minute, this doesn't sound like it. Like, this seems too pointed. But Dev, this is a lie. This definitely feels like a lie, like a bold-faced lie.
Okay, Mr. Smith, you don't even know what he's after, and you're telling him that it disappeared. Do you guys handle your estate sales yourself?
Of course. Yes, we do.
So you'd have the records of the sale. Wasn't that long ago, right, Austin?
Yes, we
Nope.
would have the records of the sale.
Fantastic. Well, how's about you take a look at those, Austin, and see if what you're looking for is on there.
That
Give
sounds
me
good,
one. Give me 1 minute to get that information for you. He
Please.
walks briskly out of the room. Go ahead and roll for some social damage, Timmy.
All right.
This will be a rapport
or-
or whatever you think is most relevant.
Please tell me your
Intimidate, I
character's
guess,
like
would
a
work.
lawyer. Or like Sean Spencer, one of the two.
I don't think so. This
No.
is going to be a whole different person. All
So
right.
we're
just a little
one
bit-
on that.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit him. You got him where he was not prepared in the intricacies of legal doctrine. Unfortunately, he comes back with a list of items on the property estate sale, and
Wait, I just realized.
is it a
on
finer
that-
aspect of the law?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay.
I just
So we are gonna.
I've got the honest lies stunt,
Yeah,
which I didn't know if that would also work in reverse.
it probably would, like catching someone who is obviously trying to make a
So
like an
it would
honest
be a
statement
2
lie.
instead of the 1, which may not.
Effective.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be a little bit more damage. I think you guys definitely are making your points known. He finally comes back with the information. At this point in time, he's got a coffee cup for everybody, and he's just going to set them on down, and hoping he can help you explain a few of the details of the state sale.
Did
But
he
it doesn't
bring
take
cream and
much.
sugar?
No, he doesn't. But he rings in someone right away. It's the girl from up front. She comes in with a little cream and sugar, just to make sure you guys are all taken care of. You guys need any explanation for the items in the estate sale? He gives Dev a weird look because he knew more about the law last time, and he kind of hoped that it'd be just some dumb bounty hunter and he can get away with it.
I'm going to glance at these papers and see if I find anything that would jump out at me from the information that I know and the vision that I've seen.
You see one item that was listed as simply leather-bound book, and that was sold.
Does it say to who?
Just the initial M.
I seem to have found what I'm looking for here. Do you know who M would be in these receipts here? There's a bunch of receipts. A few of them say M. Some of them say names. Some of them say initials. This one just says M.
He attempts to set up a defense. He's just going to go ahead and use his... he's going to use his knowledge of the law and facts and figures and correctness and procedure to try to get away with this lie. That means he's going to be rolling his scholarship, and it means it's going to be qualified for an honest lies thing if you want to do that thing in reverse. Yeah.
All right.
All right, 1-3. He says, I was not present at the estate sale, so I wouldn't be able to tell you that information. It would be highly irregular for someone to accept such a simple identifier, but it must have been a mistake of the procedure of that day. I do apologize.
It's interesting because usually when there are mistakes made for procedure like that, there's a reason. Like, somebody knows somebody fits in somewhere. Someone's bought from this company quite a few times, maybe. Have a feeling that you might know a little bit more than you're letting on. Is he near me?
Yes.
I'm going to brush his hand and incite emotion fear.
Okay, let's do it.
Yep. I imagine that's an intimidation roll.
Yes, it is. Defended by what, Colin?
What?
Is it defended by his discipline?
I think so. I don't really know. How would I know that?
It's probably in the book.
Yep. I just have insight, emotion, fear. I didn't see.
We'll move forward. I think it's discipline.
Yeah, I'll double check for
I've
future
just
purposes.
pulled the book up. We'll take a look here.
All right, Colin, but you are welcome to go ahead and make the roll. You also get a +1 to the roll in general because you're in physical contact.
Okay.
But in general, that is just a 4. He will defend if you do not do better.
I'm going to use Mother's Puppet for this and add 2 to it, and so make it a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you can touch someone, you're able to do maneuvers at +2 to your roll.
Oh,
+2.
+2. That's much better. He would tie and win. So go ahead, Colin. You were able to create a maneuver.
So I'm creating an aspect on him of being afraid of me. I'm still 100% sure in how this works.
Basically, yes. Sorry, everybody. My phone was dying, and I have to put a thing in here. Now I can't see everybody. All right, well, we'll move forward with our lives. Okay. Let's see. So, yes, you make him afraid. He rips his hand back away and says that I wouldn't have that information. I am so sorry, and I will have to go. And he walks out of the room.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him walk out of the room.
As he gets up to go to the door, just Ekron.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have the information for this. So Ekron. Oh no. Okay, so it's a 4-point block against motion?
Yeah, specifically the door.
Oh, the door. Okay.
Yeah, no,
so Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
Again, we're gonna move over. So he's gonna try to do a roll against the door. Why is this happening to me? Okay, there we go. Much better. Now no one can see me.
You just got.
See, this is why I
shorter.
didn't want to use the phone. This is why I didn't want to use the phone, because I knew it was going to do this to me at one point in time. Anyway, so long story short, let's use the dice channel and try to beat a 4. It's going to be a might roll, which this guy is terrible at.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he does not. He is solidly unable to open a door. He struggles with it for a little bit and tries to wrench it off, but he can't get the door to open. And he turns around and he glares at all of you, and he doesn't know who to blame because Austin is weird and has a weird vibe, and this guy Romain is weird. That just might be like.
He's a necromancer, so
he's the necromancer. So he's probably the magic guy doing the weird magic thing, and he glares at. I guess but he knows Dev's up to something weird. Dev's always been up to something weird, and he didn't expect to see Dev today, and this was not the person you expect to see with Austin Cash. That's the thing. Dev kind of ruined this whole plan. Anyway, so he's glaring at all 3 of you. Refuses to speak first because he's a salesperson and he knows that that's the best way to get information.
Well, it seems like if you didn't know the information, you wouldn't be in such a hurry to leave. So, might I suggest a little honesty from you, John Smith?
Just
well,
sipping coffee.
Also, I'm going to look around pointedly at this point to see how many cameras are in this room and if there are any.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a burglary check.
Investigation, maybe? I don't have burglary. I do have burglary, actually.
You do. And since you're casing the joint for cameras rather than looking around for important items, I'm going to go with burglary.
That's fine.
And who knows, maybe you don't have as good a score in that one.
I do not.
Oh, good. There we go.
1.
All right, you do notice that there is one camera that is over the top, but everyone can see that one. That's the basic ring one to make sure that no one's choking inside their conference rooms. No other cameras are visible as far as you can see.
Okay, I'll just keep that in mind for now.
Do you point it out or?
No.
Okay.
I'm looking for my own purposes in case things go a little bit more sideways than they currently are going. But currently, it just looked like he couldn't open a door. So I mean, like,
Yeah, you said something to him. He got really scared, turned around to leave, and just couldn't.
Okay, so who wants to roll the move? Is it Collins Intimidate or is it a rapport?
I was thinking my Intimidate, but
you can. This is your deal.
Yeah,
so
you are having the interaction with him. I think you should roll the Intimidate.
Okay, I'm rolling for Intimidation then.
I'm just here for the lulls.
And I don't get a +2 on this one, correct?
Or you're not in physical contact with them.
Correct.
Okay, so do I get? Can I add? Can I free tag the fear that I tagged on him before?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For 1, right?
Yeah, they're just 2. A regular intimidation.
Okay, so 7. Wait, do I tag it for 2? Then it's 8.
8.
Let's go.
Okay, he's going to try to defend with an empathy check, which we've had listed over here. And he's going to take 4 social damage on top of the damage he's taken before. He's going to take a consequence, and that is going to be spooked. He is spooked by you, and he doesn't like the fact that you roll in here with a necromancer and Dev, of all people.
Don't know who this guy is, but he's...
his father and him go way back. It's like a whole thing. And Dev he'll explain another time if you ever have a conversation with him again. It may surprise you to know that John Smith is not my name.
Oh, interesting. I'm not too concerned about that at the moment, though. More concerned about who this M is.
M is...
It's Monarch.
It's not Monarch.
Hey, Victor.
I work on behalf of M. M is my master. M is the person who controls my behavior on the sun-drenched earth. M is the reason that all of this has gone down and needed that information. And there's no way you're going to be able to get it from her. So I'm telling you now, nothing you're going to do is going to be more scary than M. So just drop it.
Romain kind of leans over. This fella kind of sounds like XX Lord _Death XX.
Yeah, but I also do think I have something that might be more frightening than whoever M is. See, I have a friend, a pretty good friend. We'll call him A.
Colin, we're gonna roll a rapport check. He finally does get a turn in this initiative here. This is a rapport check. He's telling you to drop it. Basically, your father died in a fire. Your mother died in a horrible accident. Drop it so that nothing bad comes across you. Boom. 2 social damage. Take that, Austin.
I'm taking it.
Like a champ.
You see, I can't really drop it. It's everything that's led me to where I am now. So, and do I still have that coin with me? That
the Anansi communication coin.
Yeah, because I don't think I ever used it.
Yeah, you would still have it.
I mean, you used it, but you'd still have it.
Okay.
Okay.
I also still have my favor from Anansi.
Also, before we get too deep into this, Kyle, since John Smith obviously knows of my father, is there someone in Atlanta that my father would know who would be a prime candidate for M?
Prime candidate for M?
Yes, like
no. M is going to be. M couldn't possibly be a person people hang out with and know.
okay.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, no, it's,
No fun things there. That'd be handy though.
So you see, I can't drop it, and I'm gonna start to approach him calmly, nothing, threatening, nothing that looks really bad, and just put my hand on his shoulder and say, "I think there are some things I could do." And again, I'm gonna try and just scare the shit out of him.
Okay, go ahead. Make your roll.
I'm gonna make him see horrors of his past, in the vein of
He's going to defend.
I
Oh,
can't
no.
tell which.
God damn it.
Oh,
Okay,
the
hold
4
on.
is mine, the 3 is yours, but I get a +1
+2.
I
for
think it's
touching him,
+2.
+2 for touching him, so 6 to 3.
Eek. 3 damage. Social. He takes another consequence.
did
This
you want to tag that moderate?
Yeah.
Or the
Can I tag that?
You can.
Okay, so that's how that. So when someone takes a stress or a consequence,
Takes a
you can then tag that consequence.
Yep, you then
Yes,
get one
it-
free tag on that.
Yeah, it acts
Tagging
as a
it.
regular aspect. Okay. You get to tag spooked, and you're going to rally back with how
And
much
actually,
damage now?
since I didn't before use my refresh,
An
I
8?
am now going to use it as Mother's Puppet to go to 10.
10 versus his 3. He takes 7 social damage. I can't imagine what he would do. It breaks
Pee his
decorum
pants?
so much. Honestly, he's like close enough. He hasn't died yet. Well, hold on. This is really a lot of social damage. I don't know how to take this. He still has moderate and severe and extremes left. He's
You could
gonna have
also
to take.
just bow out.
We
He
can't leave.
You trapped him in this room, so he's trying his
He-
best
fair.
to
He
talk
can
his way
bow out. He can
Answering
bow out
completely
if
honestly.
he answers the questions.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm. No, I will not. I do not care.
The
I
DM
don't
says
care what
no.
No, this is the character, the PC. No, I don't think I will be too afraid. Little Phage, we're going to have to play a game. He's going to put his hand on your shoulder, and he's going to strike back.
Oh
With
shit!
Yeah, I
What do I defend
apologize.
with?
You're going to defend with your discipline.
Discipline. I knew I should
Oh,
make that higher.
no.
It's getting there.
Oh no! Oh, that
4.
ain't too bad. That's not too bad.
That's right. Okay, he adds an extra 4 on top of it for being a very good psychic vampire, and you're basically brand new.
All right. So let's do. I'll just take a
4
moderate.
more. I think this is mental damage now, Colin.
So that's
Yep.
that's a total of 6 coming at you.
No, total of 4 because I defended with.
Oh yeah, my bad. I was mathing with your defense.
I'm just gonna take a moderate.
It's a wait. What? Hold on. Hold on. So he rolled a 6, and it's 4 on top of it, so it's 6
Yeah,
stress to you, Colin.
6 plus 4
You defend
is
with a
10.
4.
Okay,
Minus
so
4 is 6.
he rolled a 6, minus your 4 is 2, plus the 4 that he got is 6.
Oh.
6. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a mild and a moderate then, I guess. I guess the mild will be also spooked, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
And the moderate being
And Colin, I'm going to go ahead and
right.
offer you a nice little fate point to drop it. Drop the combat with him. You are a little scaredy cat, and this was a very scary psychic attack. You saw your mother's dead face.
Yeah, no,
some
I'll
really
take it.
spooky death stuff. Yeah. gonna take that fate point, and you're not gonna fight them anymore. John Smith, you do realize now, though, is some level of psychic vampire. Or, I mean, yeah, and likely a very similar type to what you had.
Huh. So I need to drop this whole conversation in general or drop the combat?
Drop the combat. He's not going to fight you anymore, but he will eat you if you continue this.
Well, maybe I'll wrap him up so he can't, touch me. That could be fun. But I'll just go back to sitting down. I'll turn back around, little panic on my face when he's not looking at it, and then, and then turn back around and be like, well, it seems, we come from a similar lineage ourselves.
Oh, shit.
It would seem.
Indeed. Well, I don't think you're quite being as honest as you should be in this situation then, because, there's this Am person, and then, there's my dad, and there's some information there that I'd like to figure out, but on top of that, it seems like whoever this Am person is might be interested in me myself, actually.
I'll run it up the line, sure. But there are plenty of reasons to have gotten rid of your father and your mother. You see, we shouldn't be having long-term relationships with the kind. This is something you should know by now. I can see you've come into your powers. You know who you are. They're food.
Well,
your mother lived with
ground.
your father for years, feeding off the same person, driving him basically insane. It's unkind. It is cruel. We're meant to eat from a lot of different sources. Any number of white court vampires who distrust that type of union could have been responsible for your family's problems. I would take that answer and go.
All right, sounds like a plan.
So that's...
Okay. Deb is just going to be like...
Yeah, you're just going to roll over like that? Okay, mate. Yes.
Fish your friends, not food. Go to the gen chat. Okay.
I'll
Okay.
drop the concentration on the block on the door. I'm not going to make a big show of it. Just if he tries it again. Oh.
He
What the
is
fuck
going to
just
cautiously try the door and then look back at Romain like, God damn you, necromancers. I cannot trust you at all. Opens the door and slams it shut behind him. A few minutes later, you are ushered into a conversation with that woman up front. I don't think I gave her a name. We'll call her Heather. Heather ushers you, has a little conversation, tries to usher you out, offers you another cup of coffee, and barring any other further interruptions, you guys are kicked out in your butt. Learning nothing, having given up on your quest. Obviously,
I learned a bit.
Yeah.
I learned a bit. I think I'm a little happy with what I've learned in this
Okay.
quest. Wanted to learn more, but I didn't think I was going to get much more without a fight, and we're inside of their territory, so.
That's a true fact. Well, anything else you're trying to do here, Colin?
Here, no.
Okay.
In Georgia, yes.
Yes. What are we trying to do?
All right. So, that conversation went about as expected when I got the name John Smith. Didn't think that guy was going to be much of a truth teller. But I did get quite a bit of information. First off, that guy's definitely a vampire. Second off,
Yeah, I mean, and so are you? What's,
well, yeah, we did figure that out recently. I am also a vampire, but I don't
He's
love
just so open about it. I love it.
killing or eating people if I can help it. But I mean,
We shouldn't be saying this out on the street. We should
Again,
definitely
What's
find a
Atlanta?
room.
Come
yeah,
on.
everyone's a drug addict down here. No one will know the difference. Anyway, so got about
This
as much
is a nice
information as I
office
needed.
building, Colin. Come on.
Yeah.
We're in Atlanta. It doesn't matter where you are. Nice office building, right outside, drug addicts.
Okay, there we go.
Everybody knows. Everyone who's been to Atlanta knows. In fact,
All
anyone who's
right.
been to a big city knows. So I guess the next step would be I would like to at least look at the house in question, the address.
Oh, you have the address. I mean, it's still up and stable. The fire was not enough to burn down the house. It was only enough to cause a bunch of structural damage inside. $12,000 later, the inside would look just as well as new. It would smell a little ashy though, like forever. You can't really get that smell out. But the house is still standing, and I mean, you're welcome to see it. I don't know if you're welcome to go inside, but
Well, I might not be welcome to go inside, but I might do it anyway. So I would like to go take a look at this house. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know how savory it's going to be. I might wait for a while, wait for a long time, wait for people to leave, try and get into the house. I am a little curious. I feel like there is more information to be had here, but if this all the information I have, I think I might owe my friend a favor to get some more information.
Well, if you don't mind, Colin, I would like to interject briefly and find a payphone, Kyle.
okay, you got it.
It's 2000, and you can still occasionally find one of those.
It's 2000.
They actually
Payphones are
exist.
everywhere. You are welcome to find the nearest payphone. It doesn't take you more than a couple minutes walk. This is the height of 2000, 2000 and like I think we're in
Technology.
2001.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in the height of 2001.
So I'm going to give Rose Gold Property Management a call.
Okay, you get a hold of Heather. This is Heather from Rose Gold Management, Property Management. How can we help you?
Hey, Heather. I was wondering, do y'all have any estate sales going on in the next couple of days? My wife's a collector. Her birthday's coming up. She likes these little snow globe things. I was just hoping that maybe I could find something that would be useful. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yes, we've got an estate sale coming up. Let me check the calendar. One coming up tomorrow at 2:00 p.m. It will be held on the estate itself. She gives you the address of the estate. It's a nice big old house, one of those old school homes that has no business being so close to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
We hope to see you there. She does not hang up the phone, but she does stop speaking to you. And if you care to listen, you're welcome to. She won't ever hang up because it's not what she's told to do. But she will stop doing anything else useful, and it'll just start clicking and clacking on the computer.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
continue playing Minesweeper is what she's actually doing.
It's the year 2001. She's playing that pinball arcade game on computers.
True.
I used to love that game.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one. Anyway.
But yeah, if you want to go check out that estate sale and see what if they've got an employee or something that handles those.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a plan.
I mean, it's not till tomorrow, so you got time to do whatever creepy vampire thing you're gonna go do over at that actual house.
I mean, it's not mostly not creepy. It's mostly just normal human PI stuff I'm gonna do because I just want to go look at the house, see who's currently renting it.
Whatever.
Kind of, stake the joint out. And...
Nothing creepy. I'm just gonna stake him out. Just like watch him for a while. Like it's not a problem.
So, like, what do you do here? You're just kind of hanging out with this guy.
Yeah, I kind of owe him a favor. He helped me out with an exorcism a couple weeks ago.
Come on, Romain. At this point, we can call each other friends. We've been together we've been through a little bit at this point.
Y'all are together?
No.
Together. It's just like
okay. I mean, like, if you are, that's cool. That's cool.
No. I mean, like, I'm not against it either, but it's just not how I stroll, right? Anyway, but we've been friends for a bit of time now. Been through a couple of things. So I mean, I think we could call ourselves friends at this point.
Sure. Yeah, we can.
There
we
it
can
is.
do that.
Isn't that grand?
You're better than Sean, at least.
And at this point, I mean, it feels like, Mr. Dev, I owe you quite a bit, actually. About $300 and like 3 favors at this point. So,
Sounds good.
so if you want to just hang
Okay.
out, I'll get that back to you just as soon as I can.
I'm sure you will.
All right. Are we gonna go stake at the house in a super creepy fashion, or do we want to go straight to the estate? So,
If there's any information that I would be any amount of relevant from staking out the house, I will go for it. If it's literally like, you see a suburban house with a suburban family.
you do see a
we can skip
suburban
it.
house with a suburban family. There's only one small problem in the suburban house with a suburban family. They're a little conflicted. Well, no. Like, there was an issue. Like, one of the kids voted Democrat in 2000, and the parents were going to vote Republican. But like, that's like the only thing you saw, and it was like a huge thing. And it's 2001 in January, so like everyone's kind of pissed, and like everyone's got something to say, and there's stuff going on. So that's really all you noticed all day throughout your stakeout. But you did learn how the election influenced
Those
one
damn
family in
hanging
Atlanta.
chads.
Ah,
Yeah.
Florida. Every year, Florida causes problems. Anyway, so that's what the whole conversation you heard there. But yeah, regular suburban family. There is no inkling of any weird stuff
Right,
going on.
then let's skip to the estate sale.
Before
No
we
spider
do
sense
that,
inkling.
before we do that, I'm gonna use my site to look at the building.
Whew. Here we go.
All right. You can't actually learn more than 1 point of lore, so you won't take too much damage, even if you're all crazy high. So
Okay.
feel free to roll without being afraid of breaking your brain today.
Blah blah. I'm sorry, I forgot what the roll is. It's a lore roll 5.
Yep.
That's a 6.
Okay. Well, I mean,
And
as
then
I
I'll
said before,
go ahead and discipline as well.
I don't know. Did my thing go away? I think it did.
That's a 4 on the discipline.
No, it's not updating. All right. Well, let's tell me what you guys all roll. So everyone got 6s and 8s and 10s. So
Yeah.
what we love to hear.
I got a 6 on
Oh, I
the
got a
lore.
22 on that.
Oh my god, these are some great rolls. Anyway, so from
I
what I
got a
heard, you got.
6 on the lore,
Yeah,
4 on the
discipline.
discipline.
I mean, yeah, you can't possibly learn more than one thing from the actual roll itself. You see a overwhelming, just sludge of death magic, deathitude, just awful, gross.
Some bad
But like right
shit
up your
went down in
alley.
this house.
But like right up your alley as a necromancer, obviously. So
Not a necromancer.
you do start to feel like it doesn't feel like so wrong right now. Like it's a little bit like a TV show you probably shouldn't be watching, but like it's still kind of fun to watch. That's the feeling of the death magic. It's it's sludge. You know it's not right. That's like McDonald's, you know.
But
like,
your
it's a little
parents
bit right there.
have gone to bed.
Come
and,
on, no one's
uh,
watching a little bit of necromancy. All right, so
Speaking of a little bit of necromancy, do keep in mind about my ghost site.
that's true.
I don't know I've got it, so anytime you want to just kind of slide it in there.
It'll come up later. There are better times in this house because, well,
Yeah.
I mean, actually, there were a couple horrific deaths here not that long ago. Do you wanna try to make contact? Seer? Oracle?
Do I know they're ghosts?
You'd be able to tell
Okay.
if they were ghosts because you'd be looking for them. I mean, you're one of the few people with ghost sense who can actually do something about it. Like, if you want to call up a ghost, they're going to come when you call their name.
Hey, Austin, what's your dad look like?
Well, kind of like me, but with more freckles. A little taller, a little bigger. But, we don't look unalike.
Is there a ghost
Ken
dad here?
Sheeran. Is the ghost dad here?
Well, we know where the dad died. I mean, we all saw it. Me and you saw it. Wait, they
No.
saw that vision, right? that's not an incorrect statement, or did I just see the vision of my dad dying in the fire?
Pretty sure it
I
was
can't
just
rem-
you.
When was this?
Yeah, I think it was just you. It was in the
When
the
we
most haunted
got-
house in the world.
We
Oh,
like
that
walked
house.
into
Yeah,
the
gotcha.
room, and the room was my room. I just don't remember if they saw that or not. I feel
You
like
were
they
the only one
did.
that saw that.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
they
was-
just
that was a
got
specific
transferred to the
room.
other side of the door. Yeah,
Oh, so okay.
you got taken out of time for a minute to get a quest specific vision.
I
Anyway,
Although, since we are friends, I will say this: I would have told you what happened to my parents and what I'm trying to solve, since I'm constantly leaning
Talking
on you.
about it.
Yeah, well, I'm using you to like bounce ideas off of, and also been using you for anything under the sun at this
And
point.
eventually
Like,
we came up with a road trip to Atlanta.
yeah, so you know the story of my parents. Basically, that I'm a white court vampire, and that it was probably my mom and my dad was a PI, and that's where I got the guns. Like, like the whole kit and caboodle at this point.
Gotcha. So, are there any ghost dads?
None that you see in the area.
Okay.
No ghost dads.
All right.
Not just like two
Alternatively,
glowing
ghost
red
moms.
comic book eyes. Yeah, but he has ghost moms.
Alternatively, ghost moms.
No ghost moms either.
Okay. I'm going to choose not to contact the ghost at this time.
Fuck do I?
Okay.
Sense?
By the way, Austin, you would have put two and two together and realized that he doesn't call himself like the necromancer or anything, but you've done like weird ghost stuff. I was gonna say you would have put those two and two together.
That what?
I mean, Austin has the nickname. Romain has the nickname the Good Necromancer, and he doesn't like call himself a necromancer, but he's done shit with ghosts before. You are standing right in front of the house where your parents did die.
Wait, that's not what I want.
What do the ghosts look like? You said there were a couple, right?
Hmm?
You said there were a couple of ghosts. What do they look like?
I don't feel like I said that. I said you just don't see any ghost dads or ghost moms.
No, before I asked about the ghost dads, ghost moms, you did mention that there were a couple of ghosts because of the big murder kind of deal.
Oh yeah, right. That's true. I just don't want them to be there would have been ghosts created. They just are not there at the moment.
Gotcha. So
Right.
I see what is effectively ghost residue.
Yeah, ghost
Damn it.
sludge.
Ectoplasm.
Gotcha. Austin, you used to live here?
This is. Wait, are we doing this in front of what building are we doing this in front of? My
this
old
is
house.
This is during the stakeout.
Okay. Yes, I did. Yes, I did for a long time, most of my life, in fact.
This place's aura is absolutely shitty. Some bad shit has gone down here.
There's
More
like a
than-
smile on his face.
more
Like he's
than
like,
just your
yeah.
Well,
No, just pure deadpan. No emotion.
He's like
that's,
winking just a little bit.
Like as though you were dead inside.
Yeah, go with that one. I like that one.
That's pretty interesting to find out. Like what kind of? Do you know what kind of stuff?
Just all kinds of just bad stuff. Definitely at least one murder, maybe more.
Well, I know there are at least one murder. I walked in on one, so.
So what would I have gotten from this sludge? Just bad sludge.
Death magic of some kind. Someone's been doing necromancy around here.
I definitely
Oh.
sense some sort of necromancy around has been done in your house. How recently? Do I
Recently?
get that?
It does not look. It looks steady, as though the buildup has been year after year for. I mean, you can't even think about how long it would take to build up this in a slow burn kind of method. And it doesn't look like it could have been put together just overnight by someone super strong.
Okay. So in response to Austin's recently question, yes, no, both. It's just been built up over time. like it's just bad juju. Like,
Sorry, I'm still new to all this. What the heck does that mean, per se?
is that in or out of character?
Both.
It was an accent.
Luckily, it can mean both.
It means someone keeps returning to put the so generally magic wears off with the sun.
Okay.
But someone has kept returning and basically performed this magic on such a regular basis that it has built up and has gained a resistance. They still have to come back and do it like once a year or so, but
Interesting. Does that mean, like, both my mom and my dad died in that house?
My dad died.
my
Does
dad's
that mean
dead.
My
resurrected?
dad died in that house.
Is that what you're trying to
Sorry, what was that?
So both my mom and my dad died in that house. Are you trying to tell me that they've been resurrected, that they're resurrecting people there? What? Because, I mean, as far as I know, necromantic magic just means that people are being resurrected from the dead. Is there more to that than just that? Because if not, I'm real worried about some resurrecting of...
That's just the most obvious sign of necromancy. Can I tell what's been done? Is it resurrection, or do I just get a general necromantic feel?
You feel like necromancy, but you'd be able to tell if someone raised a zombie. There'd be dead people all over the place.
Raising dead is just the most obvious sign. And as far as I can tell, those people aren't zombies, so yeah.
I mean, mate, you're looking for a book, right? Books have
Yes.
information. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, our resident necromancer.
Did you almost
but-
said necrophilic?
No.
There was definitely an F sound coming out of your mouth there.
I almost said friend, but I wouldn't go that far.
We only just...
Necro friend,
We did take like a 5-hour bus ride together. That was pretty fun.
During
Yeah,
which
there are
we
plenty of people
argued
I've
for
taken
most of
5-hour
it.
bus rides with that. I did not come out closer after the end. But I think speaking with the dead is one of those common things. And if books have information that they were after, then the dead might also have information that they were after.
Wait. So what you're telling me, Romain, is that you can speak with the dead?
We
You've seen
literally
him do
just did an exorcism last week.
Yeah, but that wasn't... I'm not assuming that
You
everyone
heard
that
me
dies turns
talking
into a
to him.
ghost. Right, but that guy was a ghost, right?
Yeah.
Could you just speak with, like, the aura of death? Like, okay. Mr. Necromancer, you're going to have to lay this out for me real on thin lines. So,
Listen, I'm not a necromancer.
everybody's calling you a necromancer. You might as well own up to it.
I've never performed necromancy.
You just said last week you talked to a ghost, which is necromancy. So I don't know.
That's just talking to the ghost. Like, you could do it too if you...
I did not talk to that dead guy. So, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he definitely talked to you. You definitely heard him. Right?
Yes, but again, that was a ghost. Could you talk to my parents?
I'd be treading very close to certain lines I shouldn't cross.
Right, but if we stay on this side of this line, we have a lot of information that we need.
You're not understanding. Like, crossing this line does not mean, I'd spend some jail time. They will literally decapitate me.
You should probably check in to see exactly where that line looks like.
Yeah, we should try and find out exactly where that line is, because I am very curious.
If only you had somebody who was Wizard Council connected, but was not part of the council itself.
I could make some calls and figure out what I can and can't do, but
in the meantime, I would say we should try and figure that out, just, for shits and giggles, because that would be a very interesting conversation to have. Like, I guess interesting. terrifying, maybe? I don't really know. How does that... Never mind. We need to go find this book. Hopefully we can get some information from the estate sale we're going to go to.
So yeah, Romain, like, if you step up that line, who's gonna get you? Like some wizard cops or something?
Exactly.
Oh, well, shit.
And that's another question. How do they know that you've done it? Is there like a...
So
I mean, there's already necromantic aura all over this thing. Who could discern if it's your necromantic aura or someone else's?
So magic leaves a trace, as seen by, me just looking at this. If
Right.
I were to taint my magic with this necromancy, they'd be able to basically look at me and tell. In remarkably similar fashion to what I just did.
So you can it's like a bullet casing. You could tell what gun it was fired from.
That's a very good analogy. Yes.
All right. Well, that sucks. All right. Well, then you figure that out while we hunt down books in the other way.
Sounds like a plan. Do you have any particular questions you want to ask him? Just go ahead and write them down.
I mean, I got lots of questions.
Just in case I'm able to.
I hope I'm there with you when it happens because I got so many questions and very little answers through the years or year and a half. How long? I don't know how long it's been now that I've been researching this. I mean, this is the closest I've ever been. And all we really know is M.
That's 4 more lines than you knew before.
Yep. That's a whole new letter that I'd never known before. So, I guess it's off to the
Estate
sale.
To the
Yep.
That's tomorrow, so.
Yeah. I'm going to... Once we get back to our hotel room or whatever we're staying at, I'm going to give Gwen a call.
Also, that brings me to
hotel
a question
room.
about the game in general.
Yeah.
These stresses and getting the consequences removed, how much downtime do you need to heal those?
It's different
stresses
for each
should be healed.
consequences. The stresses get healed per scene, so it's best to take stress.
Right, yeah, I knew that.
As the saying goes. And
that's
then
also one of the things that I ask at the beginning. That's why I'm always like, how long has it been? What's healed?
Mm-hmm.
Because
in general, a mild consequence goes away at the end of the night or nights. Basically, the end of the session, your mild goes away. A moderate one goes away at the end of like a couple sessions or an important thing. You might just have some downtime to get it taken away, like you have an extra week. And a severe will take like a month to heal, probably a few game sessions at least. An extreme requires you to actively do like a major milestone to start healing it up.
Right. Couple more questions. Incite fear that I used, is that something that puts something on my track?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a hunger.
Okay. I just wanted to check. Second of all,
oh shit, you gotta feed.
in
we should
human
probably actually
recovery,
check real quick.
in human recovery, if I tried to use that, would that take my moderate down to a mild?
It's not a physical.
It's only for physical stuff.
Yeah.
Only for physical stuff. Thank you.
Got it.
Then yes, I'm okay. I just have 1 stress on my hunger track right now, so I'm
you need to roll.
You used it twice.
Oh, I
Okay,
did
But you only used 1 power in the scene.
One power activates. So roll discipline against your hunger or whatever. Roll discipline against the DC of the number of refresh points you use for your skills. What do you think was just 1?
Yeah.
I did only use 1, so I have to just beat 1.
Yes.
Oh, and that's what would get on my track if I failed this roll. Okay, so this is discipline.
Yep.
+2.
And your hunger stress does not disappear at the end of anything. Like it just sticks around until you feed.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, you took none. This is why it's very possible to play a vampire character without feeding or anything. You can just try to keep your stress together and manage it appropriately.
Okay.
Anyway.
And inhuman recovery wouldn't help my consequences, but...
Because it's a mental consequence.
Right. Okay. Okay. All good to
know. Assuming we have to the estate sale, or... No, you're getting on the phone with Gwen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Gwen. It's Romain again. I've got
Yeah.
I've got some questions. So let's just be blunt about this. Austin wants to talk to his dad, who's dead.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's
what's
not stepping on any of the rules, is it? I know it's
okay? So
close.
the technical side of the law says, and once again, I'm not a magical lawyer or a wizard cop, but it is my understanding that the only thing that you actually have to do to break the law is to bring someone back from the dead. Like, I think it's very literally a resurrection of the body and creating a zombie or a skeleton or whatever and bringing them back. Like, I don't think it's. I'm pretty sure that's technically the only thing that they're after. I think you can summon ghosts and have them do whatever you want. I don't think they can get you anything. Like there was a reason that what's his face, Wizard Hitler got away for so long.
Wait,
Kemmler,
there was a
that's
there
the
was a
one.
wizard Hitler?
Yeah, his name was Kemmler. He was basically super evil, best necromancer that's ever lived. Someone obviously you're going to look up to in a few years.
Why would I look up to him?
Because you're a necromancer, and
I'm
he's the
not a
biggest and baddest
necromancer.
necromancer out there. I'm just telling you what actually happened in the freaking news when everyone tells me, hey, I need contact with that necromancer. Did you know that that's how your little friend got a hold of you?
It's
They came to me and asked for information, and I said you have to go to the necromancer because that's where the information is. These sons
I'm
of
not a
muscle people.
necromancer. I've never necromanced.
Okay, well, great, because it's
I've never
bad.
manced with deads. I've never manced
Okay,
with dead
well,
people.
so to talk to these dead people you're trying to talk to, you would basically just do a summoning. Now, from what I understand, that's not full on necromancy, but you are now the expert. So you tell me. Anyway, summoning a ghost is really easy. They usually don't have a whole lot going on. You just build a circle, put a lot of power into it, put a personal effect into it if you can. Should be super easy. If it's Austin's dad, just have him call out. That somatic component should be all you need.
Should I put him in the circle too?
If, I mean, is he a stable guy? You think he would have been stable for 3 years after having his emotions eaten?
Uh,
It's a ghost. I mean, come on.
okay, fair.
Think.
All right. Thanks, Gwen. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Bye. Hang up the phone. Okay.
All right. Well, Austin, good.
Sorry, continue.
I have
I'll jump
some
in the
news.
All right.
It doesn't appear to be illegal for me to talk to him.
Great news. What about my mom? Because I feel like I'm going to get a lot of information from both these people separately. Like I don't know how many times can you do it before you break? Is it like a, you get 3 chances,
As
3
long as
strikes,
I
and you're out?
don't,
Or
it's still kind of a gray area, but from what I understand, as long as I don't bring them back to life.
well,
we're
we don't
good.
want that. That seems messed up.
That being said, like your dad may or may not be very stable.
I mean, he was a little
Being
messed up after seeing what happened to my mom, but I mean, same.
be no, I mean even before that.
I mean, he was pretty good before that. He
So
had his troubles, but
from what Gwen says, being perpetually fed upon it tends to break people's minds a little bit.
right. But I was perpetually fed upon, and I'm feeling pretty all right at this moment.
You're
And
also
I'm totally fine.
you're also a vampire. You were probably
That's
feeding
true.
yourself and didn't even know it.
I can't imagine how that happened. I'm not a very frightening individual for the longest point of my life.
Yeah.
So up till now.
I mean, I'm a bit
continuing.
frightening now. I mean, I think I had a little bit of fright in me before. I could shoot a gun, and
Either way,
I mean, I was
if you want to go through with it, we're gonna need some personal items.
Well, this jacket is my dad's.
Okay. Do you have anything of your mom's?
I mean, this pretty face. Got it from my mom.
Well, I can't exactly peel your face off and put it in the circle.
Well, I wouldn't want that.
It does seem like a really necromancer thing to do. So are you sure?
I'm not a necromancer. Why do people keep saying this?
It seems what we're doing right now seems kind of necromantic. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's just
Making a circle, putting
I don't
things
always
in it.
agree with him, but what he said.
this is just
Yeah.
a standard summoning.
Standard indeed.
Yeah, I've heard
It
that
just
before.
happens to be with a dead person instead of a fae.
You know, just that.
Yeah,
So do we have
I-
to be at the house, or can we just do it here?
I imagine we can just do it here, but we might have better success at the house. That being
Well-
said, I don't know how we're going to get in the house with a family living there.
It would be a bit of a problem, but not something we couldn't do, is what I'm saying.
So you're saying you want to break and enter into their house?
I mean, we're not going to steal anything, but yes,
It's still
that is what I'm
illegal.
saying. Yeah, I'm fully aware. I mean, a lot of what we've done
And
is
do
definitely
keep in
ghosts.
mind, I was recently arrested.
right, but I mean, they didn't have anything on you. That was pure racism at that point.
Yes, it's not much better in Atlanta.
I mean, I agree with you, but you know, we're not going to get caught. Would be the
Mate. You've got something that you didn't have when you got arrested in New Orleans.
And
Me.
what's that? You?
Me.
What can you do to stop me from getting arrested? Stop us from getting caught?
Well, I've never
I
been
mean-
caught breaking and entering before, so
Well, you see, I can do plenty. Well,
Like
I mean,
what? Keep doors shut? Yeah, I know it was you that did that.
oh,
if that's what you did, that was pretty cool because I was really thinking I might have to pull some tricks out to make that not happen, but it just didn't. He couldn't open the door, and I was like, "Well, that's dope."
all right, guys. You remember the Firebug's arrest records?
No.
No.
Exactly.
It's not like I'm not exactly a police officer. I don't really have access to those. We just kind of stopped him from doing a ritual.
Yeah, we
once.
did also kind of just fall into the Firebug lifestyle because one of our friends was getting into
Okay,
it.
so
to be
let me
fair as
walk
well.
you through it. If you need to run away, I'm good at stopping people. If you haven't noticed, my dad's kind of important. So, like, if I get arrested,
Oh yeah, that is a question. Would we have recognized his last name?
Are you big in the what was it?
investment banking.
Investment banking world?
Nope.
I mean, you might have like read a newspaper article once.
Yeah, I mean, you probably ran across the name every so often. Like,
Okay.
very wealthy man. Other very, very wealthy men know of this man.
Okay.
But yeah. He's not like famous.
Good
Not like
old
you.
August Devereaux Gentry the second,
Yeah.
not
August
junior,
Devereaux
the second.
the second.
Yes,
I thought you were the third.
I am.
Oh, your
He
father's
is.
the
His
second.
dad is
Father.
the second.
No, Dev goes by Dev because he's not
Yes.
August Devereaux the third. August the second does go
Yes.
August Devereaux the second because that's very important to him.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess you could be of a help, but I'm still not particularly comfortable with breaking into somebody's house.
Well,
Besides,
I mean,
going into someone's home without permission it could potentially cripple my magic.
are you a vampire? You got to be invited in. Is that?
No, but when
anything-
people...
I don't even have to do
Backyards?
that.
Sorry, what was that, Tim?
Does it say anything about backyards?
No, just the house itself.
Okay.
I guess we could just
Well,
hop the
I
fence
mean-
and do it there.
At the same time, I mean, it's also kind of. I mean, like, I never really moved out. In all technicality of it all, I feel like me letting you in.
Yeah,
might-
but you no longer
break
call it
your
your
magic
home,
in.
do you? You no longer live there.
I mean, I have no other home. It really is kind of still. You know, you have a childhood home that it's where you grew up. Do you ever not call that place home? I mean, it's kind of always home.
I mean, my parents still live there, so yeah.
Yeah. But you haven't lived there for years, but you still kind of call it home.
Hmm. Anyway, let's go to this auction, see what we can find there. If we still need to talk to him, we'll talk to him after.
All right. Well, sounds like a plan.
Unless we...
That night, Kyle, I would like to try and figure out if there is a way for me to figure out if there's any wanted criminals that have a reward after them. And if I can try to begin...
He wants some money.
I need some money. I also need to begin to...
Become Spider-Man. That's a true fact.
Become actual Spider-Man, yes.
That's a good point.
You're in the wrong city for that, friend.
No, Colin. Yeah, you got your Bounty Hunters Associates card. You go down to the local Bounty Hunter store, do your local bounty hunting stuff.
He's got an associate degree in bounty hunting.
No, Colin. Yeah, you go up to the cardboard cutout poster board that exists in the center of town at all places, with just like poster board criminals up there for you to take on the quest for.
Wanted, dead or alive. Jimmy Two Shoes McGee.
So memes aside, yes, you are capable of doing that. The mechanisms that it functions as, we will not discuss, because it's only going to get more ridiculous since I have no idea what bounty hunters do.
I imagine, this has always been my imagination as Colin. I believe they work with and then also around the police. Because like, I think they get the criminals that the bounty hunters want to get from the police because they're having trouble catching them.
Well, they can also come from bail bond companies if people skip bail. So bail bond company puts up money for someone to get out of jail before they appear in court. The person doesn't appear in court, and then the bail bond company wants their money back. So
that's true.
Our friend Tim is very well versed in legal matters. It may or may not be legal himself.
Also, on top
no,
of
I
that,
am not legal. Disclaimer: I am not legal. Anything I say is not legal advice nor a legal suggestion.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, none of us know anything about anything. Please don't take any of our advice.
To put us in the term of a fake game, I imagine there is a bar or a place that people of this nature go to discuss these things or get these jobs. If they're not getting them from the police.
Yeah, Austin gets his job. It's $1,000 to get this guy back. He's a drug dealer. His name is Jimmy Two Shoes. He was always wearing two shoes. What a maniac! What a freaking card.
Yeah, the thing is, he's wearing them on his hands. So
in the middle of his job, Jimmy Two Shoes. All right. So right as you start the intro animation to your Spider-Man game, we're going to have to go ahead and pause this game until next week because we've hit our 2-hour limit. So that's going to be the cliffhanger we end on. We're going to start next week in Georgia as well, finish up all of this lovely information. We're going to learn who M is, I promise. Maybe. And we're going to figure out...
M stands for maybe.
And we're going to figure out more information about Austin's past and how he got the last name Cash. No, we won't cover that. All right.
But before we end the game, I want to say, we do on this channel, we do a bunch of tabletop RPGs, usually D&D, but we also do Dresden sometimes, and considering doing some one-shots and other forms as well. I think we're at like 35 followers right now, but if we get to 50, we can be an affiliate. So it's definitely a goal we're trying to reach. So if you haven't followed, please give us a follow. We just got to get to 50. And yeah, come watch some D&D and Dresden and other tabletop RPGs.
Currently, we've got 2 separate campaigns, one on Friday night, one on Saturday night, as well as this Dresden campaign that's going on.
On Sunday nights?
I believe this coming week we are taking them all off. Just due to holidays.
Yep.
Are we doing this campaign Sunday, or are we...
No,
nope, I will not be.
Yeah, no one will be available for that.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and give us a follow if you enjoy the content.
We will be back in the new year.
Yeah. See everybody.
2021. This is when everything's gonna be better. We promise.
And now you jinxed us.
Here we come. The world definitely won't end in 2021.
For legal reasons, that was a joke. Okay.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, hope you've enjoyed the stream. Hope everybody still watching has a fantastic night.
Thank you.
Have a good